To play Viaduct should just be always moving. We'll do this as the intro goes.
Oh, I think we've gone live actually.
Yeah, we have.
Let's hold that off till later.
Hold that off for a bit. We're going to watch Unf on this initial middle. He's going to be moving up underneath the plank side here. Going to throw some stickies over to the left side of point. You can see his competing demo Christopher is getting spam off as well. Valen's going to bonk in behind. Down goes Christopher. Fathom is pocketing his medic here. They're going to try and find something across point. Raz is in position to go for a little bit of a play. Going to rotate around house, try and spot things out. Not actually a lot of action here despite the multitude of kills. It was really just a passive middle from the Syndicate. Gangsta Gang got free point and TS just backed it all the way off, and I really don't understand why.
I think they lost Chris at middle to a nice snipe by Cruz, and Valen actually bonked behind, but he got taken out by the mini sentry, so they had almost no pressure to put, and they had to retreat.
Yeah, we can see Christopher Spawn has arrived. He is trying to peek over this cliff right now. Christopher's an Invite 6's player, doesn't really have quite the same feel for Highlanders. A lot of them, so the crits is going to be popped though. Going to spam stick on the caution. The Pyro is going to die. Valen cleans up the Spy. In the meantime, that snipe is going to go onto Arthur here. Meanwhile, Fracture with the Uber is moving ahead a little bit. Is going to zone out the Syndicate, but he is on very low life. Fathom's going to get launched into the play by that sticky and taken down. Seabass does have 20% right now to the 30% of Hildreth. Big headshot's going to go from JJK onto Jav here. Could open up some space for the Syndicate to get aggressive. Christopher trying to defend this bomb from Mela onto his medic. The Syndicate have pretty solid position. Looks like they just want to move and retake the point. They do have that crit streak advantage. They could get this point for free with GG being scared of that.
I would back up if I was GG here. They're definitely down numbers.
Yeah, they're moving back underneath their cliff right now. UNF is taking a ton of damage. The body shot's going to come from JJK. And right now, this is a transition period. That crit is up. We're going to see what Stabby is trying to do right now. Currently, Elias is Stanny. He's moving up onto the cliff here. Is going to get the stab onto Cruz, that sniper. Deadring is going to go. The Uber is up for Gangsta Gang, though, so they should be pushing rather soon here. You see some aggression into the house out of the Syndicate, but with Fracture and Cruz down, that crit is actually going to be popped off into Gangsta Gang here. Christopher's jumping away. Uber versus crits rarely works out for the critting team. Gangsta Gang are going to be able to retake this point. They do have a 40-second advantage as of now, and looks like they're going to get even more off of this as Stabby runs another point, trying to make a play. Seabass is insanely low, down to 7 HP there. Has to run away, and that could be enough for Syndicate to re-push off. Valen's moving to point right now. There is a wrangled mini on the cliff here. Christopher's in tunnel, getting some spam off onto the scout, trying to find what he can, and Arthur tagged up as Sons of Hammer. He is moving to the point, going to show up that expert tracking, but the Syndicate giving this up, they realize they can't quite contest. They have lost their a few players here, including the demo.
The Star Wrangler on the left side of Cliff really giving them a tough time. Syndicate decided to approach from their left, and across the way was that wrangled mini, and it was just raining hell on them.
One thing I've noticed about demo men who transition from 6v6 to Highlander is that they have a lot of trouble understanding the priority targeting that you need to put onto that mini. You cannot let a mini stay up, especially on a map like Viaduct. If it's up for a little bit longer than it should be on Viaduct, you pretty much lose the point. See, the crits and Uber are going to be popped off here by both squads. UNF trying to move to the point. Pick is going to go. JJK gets a nice headshot onto Seabass. There are a lot of players alive, though, but Stabby is going to get the kill onto UNF, and he's not quite done. He's moving in, goes for the Pyro, going to pop that Deadinger off and move into position. Back towards the point. TS have not quite gotten this. Chris was getting great spam off. Is going to stick down Star, the Engineer. Getting damage on that Pyro will get the Sentry Gun, and Monochromatic Bunny is going to die there to Sigafu's pistol. And the Syndicate have retaken this, but I just heard a stab go off from Raz on to Hildreth currently.
Yes.
B6 NNY Team Stabby. So
Hildreth is actually playing a good game so far, and I don't think that stab was his fault. Of course, he got like 3 crits off, I think. So that's pretty good so far for Medic.
Yeah, and Hildreth, because of the way Viaduct works, already up. He has the longer spawn since his team has the point, but it's not back-breaking by any means. We see Sigma's trying to drop a mini on the flank here. Stabby's going to make a few plays. Took down the Scout and Heavy. Has that Ambassador out. Is looking towards the Pyro. Is trying to get that feign off. Make a convincing feign here and move his way in. GG are down a lot of players right now. UNF's moving towards the point. Going to eat those stickies from Christopher. And Stabby is in. He spots that medic out. But no, Valen's going to just rush in and take down Seabass. So that's
a good
very
decision
bad.
to stay there. They lost 4 players really quickly, and Seabass just stayed a little too long, got caught out of position.
Yeah, and
That's unfortunate.
JJK
They were like 90% Uber.
JJK getting the best of the sniper battle so far, has made some crucial picks, is looking down underneath that cliffside right now. He is getting counter-sniped by Cruz here, so the fake scoping, the jukes, the crouches are happening. Not much going on. With 100% up right now, it's going to be Christopher's time to shine. He's going to take this Uber or crit screen. I didn't quite catch which it was. He's going to move aggressively. Star's gun is going to die. Uber's going to be popped off. The heavy is extended. Fracture's going to go down. Christopher can't find a lot else to damage. He's going to take that mini down and do what he can with it. 2 down for the Syndicate right now. 3 down for Gangsta Gang, but they have the better spawns. Down to 27 seconds for 27 seconds here. It's going to get very intense. Gangsta Gang have to take this. The spy is on the medic. Stabby's going to feign in-house. Gets lit up here. Going to be cleaned up by Monochromatic Bunny, unfortunately for him. UNF has that Uber. Seabass is healing him towards the point right now. Stinky Spam is going to come off. They're onto the heavy, onto the pyro. Valen's going to push forward. Yep, Uber is going to be popped off here. They will use it to reach the point. Down to 5 seconds left for the Syndicate. That Uber is going to be used aggressively here, but the Syndicate have wisely backed all the way off. Gangsta Gang going to have to hold forward here, I think, against this full charge of Hildreth. They're going to need to deny that.
Hildreth is getting his Uber right now, so they really need to put some pressure up.
Stabby is in aggressively on the
Here
tunnel
comes the
here.
Uber right now.
We see UNF is moving, so is Christopher. Uber's going to be popped off. The soldier and demo out of the point. They cannot let them have this, but they're down 4 players. Christopher's just going to take it. There's a scout on the point. The big headshots coming from Cruz. Mela's in for the cleanup. He's on a 69 HP, but they cannot get onto the point. And that will make it 1-0. Yeah, fantastic. Very close. Kind of what we expected. When me and Putin were discussing it, we thought this would be the best match of the week, and it wasn't really close. And so far, through 1 round, we have not been disappointed. We're going to watch Christopher on this rollout here. Going to move through the main side this time. Gets that initial sticky onto the scout here. Big bomb is going to come from Mela. He's in behind the enemy house. He's going to be able to spawn. JJK is going to take down the heavy in the meantime. Mela's going to get a kill onto the engineer. Oh, the kills are going GG's way very quickly. But no, Seabass going to eat those rollers and go down.
I think Mela came in and killed Hildreth, so he did that really, really early. I think he probably missed that one. But both medics are dead, so it should reset.
Yeah, and Raz was at the enemy spawn trying to peek and see where Hildreth was, see if we get a kill. Hildreth is going to go with the Uber charge here. Kind of the lower level strategy for Viaduct is to run permanent crits, but higher level teams appreciate the value of the Uber charge. Snake Kryptonite meanwhile going to get a big double kill onto the engineer and spy. Stabby's going to feign in. Can he find his way in with this Dead Ringer? He's going to walk in front of the heavy. Did Fracture even notice? That Dead Ringer is going to pop soon. This should be a nice kill for Stabby. He's going for the heavy. No, Fracture turns around. Pyro is going to die. Bunny down. Stabby has managed to stay alive. UNF's trying his best to defend the point. The Uber charge is now 30% in advantage of the Syndicate. You see there, the picks are as well in favor of the Syndicate. And Valen is getting aggressive, and he has his support from... Actually, this is Arthur fighting back on his own side. The scout flank from Jav going to take down the sniper. JJK is dead. Mela goes in for the bomb.
Uber force.
Yeah,
So
dig gets the force off. Christopher's going to throw a lot of spam here. We'll take down the gun. You see the big double stab from Stabby that I unfortunately did not catch. Took down the engineer and sniper. He is incredibly low, but I don't think anyone really knows where he is. Fracture's trying to peek on him through the house. You can see the outlines here on the cast that we have thanks to this glorious plugin from Blue. Stabby's trying to find his angle, trying to make his way in. It's not going to happen. 20% Uber versus 30%, excuse me, for Hildreth right now. Fairly even. Means that no Uber push is going to come. Christopher gets caught out, eats those stickies, is going to go down, and that's a big pick here for GG. They're going to be able to move in aggressively.
Kryptonite came in and killed Seabass, so already the momentum swings right back in Syndicate's favor.
Oh, Cruz with a big headshot onto Hildreth. That will swing it right back around. You get such quick spawns when you don't have the point on this map. That when you lose your medic and then trade, you get a huge advantage out of it. Seabass already up has 10%. Hildreth just now starting to heal. Seabass should be able to push his heals to the point very soon here. We'll get some help onto these players on point. They will be able to defend this. Mela's going to go for the big bomb right now. Takes down Stabby. That's just the Dead Ringer pop, though. Mela's going to have to... Oh, the air shot! He went for the double. Did not quite get it, but Snake Kryptonite is taken down. Now he's onto the spy. Stabby is doing what he can. Pyro is in as well. And JJK with the body shot to clean it up. Christopher's moving towards the point, going to get that great spam off on the enemy combo. UNF is forced back. Fracture is out of position as well. The health just not good enough for GG to stay in this fight.
Yeah, a big difference right now is Raz is being completely shut down. The poor man has 3 points, not really affecting the map, and that's really been the edge for Syndicate so far in this match.
Yeah, speaking of edge for Syndicate, they're going to get an uber edge right now as Seabass got fully charged body shot by JJK, who is having a very good game so far. It feels like Raz might want to shift his focus a bit to killing JJK, go for those Ambassador headshots, and take him down. We see Syndicate fighting on the flank here, is going to get some great spam on that heavy, and will take him down with his mini sentry. That uber is now full for Hildreth, 20% for Seabass. We'll have to see what GG's counter is, if they can really do anything here to make this a bit of a fight.
Well, because they really need to put more pressure on the enemy medic. Seabass is just dying way too much. It's going to be really hard for GG to win this round if they don't have any Ubers to contest. Yeah,
Seabass actually going down there in the Uber exchange. Hildreth will maintain his life, which means he will have the advantage, slim as it may be. It's only going to be about 25%. Seabass not actually finding ability to heal quite yet, so it gets pushed up to about a 30% advantage there, which is a little bit disappointing from GG's side. They know that they're behind. They need to start pushing when they can. At some point on Viaduct, when you're down by enough time, when the clock is ticking away and you're behind on Uber, you have to accept that an advantage can be as little as having no Uber versus no Uber.
Yes.
Because pushing no Uber is actually really shockingly easy in Highlander for some reason, even though that makes so little sense. You can see Raz moving a point right now, trying to get some shots off onto the demo, the medic. The heavy here doing what he can. Picks are going to go Stabby. Stabby actually going to make a nice kill on the Seabass there. Is going to stay alive as well. Spots out the spy here. That Dead Ringer is going to pop. He is going to make it out quite safely. Cap did go to Gangsta Gang, but they are still a solid 30 seconds behind. TS going to retake this easily, but here's the spot. Raz is on the enemy house right now looking for that medic pick. It's so easy to just drop down and take what you can. Raz is moving in here. He knows where that medic is. He is on the hunt. He has that Assassin's Creed knife. He wants the sniper, but no, he spots the medic. Hildreth is not going to die. The heavy's going to die. Raz is on the medic as well. Gets the shots off. Hildreth's down to half health, but not enough. And the mechanics of TF2's lag compensation just a little bit too much for Raz to handle there.
Yeah, maybe also some rustiness setting in for Raz there. That's a pick that he should normally get on the medic. He missed the first stab. Unfortunate, but you live with what you can do.
Yeah, Gangsta Gang have taken the point back. They're behind by 30 seconds. There is still plenty of time. They're behind on Uber, but by the time TS can make any kind of push, they're going to have it. It doesn't really matter, though, if JJK is going to take down Fracture, get that free kill here. JJK is going to rotate around, look what he can find. Uber's going to be popped on the point. Christopher's getting great spam off. Seabass has been milking this so hard.
Raz is going to come from the back. See what he can get.
He gets the demo backstab and just cloaks instantly. He's on to the medic as well. I was going to switch off, but he's probably going to get a medic pick here as well.
Gets a medic too. Yep,
yes, sir.
It's really huge.
Taylor comes in and takes down Valen. UNF is back in the fight. There's a mini on point. UNF just doesn't have enough health to contest this.
Sniper too. He's on a nice streak right now.
Raz going a little bit crazy here. It's just Sigafu and Arthur alive. They shouldn't be able to get to this. There's a heavy fight going on. Raz is going to assist with that Ambassador. As I get the vodka hiccups going a little bit. Raz is going to be cloaked in behind. He gets spotted out by Fathom, though. Christopher making that great spam on the point. UNF is down. No demo, no heals right now because CBS just spawned. This should be an easy retake for the Syndicate. But Gangsta Gang have to commit to this. Star is going to get a few meat shots. Huge from him.
Meat shots.
That pick,
very nice.
That pick is very, very good, but it's not really going to matter, actually, because Gangsta Gang have lost everybody but their scout. Sigavu's defending this point valiantly, going to whip that pistol, get the kill on the jab, Stabby kills Seabass, and that will make it 2-0. Yeah, getting incredibly close here. As the week went on and I saw the Syndicate scrim and Gangsta Gang talk about the way they were playing, it seemed really like the Syndicate were going to roll, but Gangsta Gang putting up a huge fight here. We're going to see Unf take an aggressive hold on this point, getting great spam on the lower, but no, he is going to eat the body shot from a JJK, who is in position.
Not gonna bode well.
Yeah, Star is going to pop that Dead Ringer Stabby, but is it really going to matter too much? JJK is lined up, looking towards the point. He spots that heavy out, gets a huge body shot on him. That will damage Fracture a lot. Stabby not quite in position to make a play here. As you see, he did manage to take down Raz, though. It's just Star alive. He has that mini on the cliff, but it's really not enough. TS just having a dominant showing on middle here.
Yeah, actually, they had no one covering the right side. Snake Kryptonite got around, got 3 nice kills on the Scout, Pyro, and Medic, so well done by him.
Snake has been having a very quiet season. He's had his moments, especially on Badwater, when he and Jake, who was playing at the time for the Syndicate, were having some great Girardi bomb coordination, where the Girardi would be thrown in instantly. They would go, but no, the Chris is going to come here from Christopher. He's going to get Seabass with the first sticky. Doesn't even matter if he gets anyone else. Monochromatic Money will die with that, but it doesn't matter. Seabass down. Hildreth will retain the advantage here, and this is the kind of fight that SGG you don't want to be in. Melee's going to go in for that pick, but it's not going to matter. Fathom air blasts away the rocket. Hildreth has that huge crit advantage. They need to make a play on the medic here. This is Raz's time to shine, so we'll watch him for a little bit to see where he's going to move through.
Yeah, actually, I've been watching a little bit of Arthur, and he's been playing a very protective role. And that's what I remember when I was playing with him as a teammate. He's very much a protect the medic kind of guy. So you see he's bottom on the scoreboard, but that doesn't mean he's not affecting the game.
Yeah, GG will retake here. Snake Kryptonite's going to go for that big bomb. Clean up by Fracture. Monochromatic Bunny is going to take down Valen. That crits is up, though. Christopher's going to take the teleport. He's going to meet up with his medic. He and Hildreth are going to go a little bit ham on this point shortly, but no, Arthur gets headshot. Will that deter them? The crits was popped. Chris is going to get some stickies off, but is it going to matter? He's going to take down Mela and Az with that one that he got off. I don't think he actually fired any other crits. UNF is going to extend pretty far. Valen's going to walk in and clean up a Seabass at 90% Uber, just about. Can't find anyone to heal, but they should be able to re-push, retake this, but the Syndicate have now a 45-second time advantage, and that is pretty huge on Viaduct, even with an Uber disadvantage.
Seabass and Gangsta really need to get a foothold so they can get some momentum. They've never really been able to have like a long hold of the point, and that's just because they haven't had a consecutive streak of Ubers, so hopefully this one will turn it around for them.
We see the GG want to make their push right here. Stabby's going to take down Fracture. The jump is going to come in from UNF. Crits is going to go. We'll take down Jav. Stabby's in behind on the point. UNF is going to lose this Uber. This fail stab. Oh, this game. TF2 was a cruel mistress indeed. And it brought out the whips and the leather right there against Stabby. But despite the retake...
Hildreth, and I gotta say, I'm surprised Gangsta didn't really focus the medic there, because that was a face-to-face Uber v crits, and Hildreth managed to get out, so well done by him.
Yeah, Uber versus crits, you really need to kill the medic, otherwise you know that in 30 seconds you're going to be in trouble. Raz was trying to make a play on the house, but nothing ever quite came of it. I think Hildreth is a little bit wise to the positions that Spies take up. Valen's going to walk in, hit 2 nice meat shots onto Fracture. He's not done, he's onto the sniper, 2 meat shots on him, make it 3, and the kill onto Cruz. Bunny will take him down, but that opens up so much space. Here comes Raz. He's in that house, he's dancing, he's juking, he's cloaking. He's looking for Hildreth right now. He knows this crits is a-coming. He knows that a pick here would pretty much save the round. He's in behind. He needs to uncloak and go for the play. Here it comes. Will Raz make it big? He's going to take down Hildreth! Oh, man. Nice from him. And as a crits creek down, that means a lot more time will be taken away here. Stabby's going to pop that Deadringer off and just try and cap a Mela. Very intelligent play. Just knows what Stabby's going to do. Is going to move and clean up on the flank.
But Seabass dropped his Uber. That's really unfortunate.
I didn't see Valen going for the play. And with now 3 players alive, Gangsta Gang are significantly behind on numbers. They're going to lose this cat very shortly, despite Star's efforts. It's Star and Raz alive. Raz only just now moving into position. I think Star might be a little bit of a bait here, as Raz moving in through this tunnel, see what they can do. Raz right now knows where the medic is. He knows what the deal is. He needs to make a pick right now. It's pretty much the only hope this team has. They have a minute to go. They're up against the wall. They're down in Uber. And here goes Raz. He's going to bait out a little bit from the sap onto that gear. Going to get the sab on a Snake Kryptonite and then just move out. Those actually very important. No teleporter support here for the Syndicate. No soldier.
JJK killed Seabass with a nice headshot, so...
JJK just huge so far this game. I mean, I haven't seen any of it on stream because I'm a bad cameraman. But he has been dropping kids. Yeah, I'll give him some screen time after I watch Stabby duel this sniper right here. Gonna fake the Dead Ringer out. Christopher's gonna pop that sticky off. We'll take a look at JJK on this, what might be the final push for Gangsta Gang. They're down 100% to 20. JJK's scoping on the cliff side here. Seabass gonna go down to Snake Kryptonite's bomb, actually. JJK gonna move up very aggressively here, try and spot out what he can. And unfortunately, the screen time not doing quite so well. He's going to get a headshot on the heavy. That crits is going to be popped by Christopher. Takes down UNF and Star. Melee's going to eat some heavy damage as well and die. And that will make it a 3-0. And that's halftime. So very quickly, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think... I mean, I don't want to put any thoughts into Gangsta Gang's side, but I think some despair is settling in. They're playing a little bit too loose, not protecting their medic. Seabass himself is playing a little loose, and probably the morale is a little bit low, so hopefully Seabass can give one of his glorious what he's known for, these really grandiose speeches. Maybe he can motivate his team to dig in deep and make some kind of a comeback in the second half.
Yeah, they'll need to make a huge comeback here. We'll take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Just take a look. Cruz doing a great job over on Gangsta Gang, as well as Mela. Actually, both of them outscoring Seabass, who I believe had 2 drops in that first half.
Yeah, and not a good half for him. So he's gonna need to pick it up.
Definitely not. Over on Gangsta Gang side, Christopher doing work, Sigafu doing work, Valen doing work, and those are their 3 mid-season pickups. Those are the 3 who weren't there in week 1, and they're having the biggest impact on this game so far. You also see JJK has been making some nice picks, but he's a little further down. Stabby has a lot of points. He's been doing work. Very impressive game from the Syndicate so far. They looked a little rough in some of their scrims this week, even when they had Banny and Ruin playing Demoman and Scott respectively. But they've really pulled it together for this. They have shown up. They are doing well.
Yes, and I think we got to credit a lot of that to Valen's return to the team. He's obviously a really great leader. He's making a lot of good calls for the team, I'm assuming, and also Hildreth playing just a superb first half.
Uh-oh. That was louder than I thought it would be. The Syndicate, I threw a bottle into the trash because it was sitting there. But the Syndicate had a really rough first half. A lot of it was blamed on the fact they didn't call. We are in the second half. But Syndicate had bad calls in the first half. Valen came back, and everything seems to have been repaired. We'll take a look here what is going to happen. JJK is sniping off at his cliff side right now. Looking towards the point, there has been no real aggression taken by Gangsta Gang. JJK is going to rotate over, going to get a shot off, a body shot, in fact, onto that. Actually, no, I'm looking at Cruz. Damn it. I am unawares right now. Arthur is very low. That Uber is getting very near for Hildreth. He has a slight advantage on Seabass. The picks are even right now, though. There is no demo for Gangsta Gang. Stabby moving in right there. Could not quite get the backstab off onto the Pyro. Jab's going to take his overheal.
Right now, he's going to make a play.
And Mela's moving up on the flank side here. He's getting denied off by this engineer. He is going to get that mini down. Here comes the bomb, I would suspect. But no, he is going to delay. The Uber's going to be popped off in the meantime from the Syndicate. They get a late force out of Gangsta Gang here. And Gangsta Gang going to move forward with a Pyro-heavy Uber. Not the most effective on Viaduct, which is why no real kills happen. But look at Fracture. He is not done. He is not satisfied. He's going to get so aggressive. He's going to eat 1,000,001 damage and go down there, fighting the heavy insulter by himself. And GG will take the initial cap. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, you can see the difference in playstyles of the 2 heavies. Fracture being very, very aggressive, and Arthur playing from more of a defensive standpoint. And obviously, people who play from a defensive standpoint are usually going to get the better of a 1v1.
Yeah, if you just sit back and take overheals and you end up in a 1v1, you're probably going to win because you're the one who is nearest medic. We will see that JJK gets a nice body shot, a nice fully charged shot off rather, onto that sentry, going to take it down. He's going to start peeking in. He has opened up some space here. Seabass doesn't quite have Uber yet. JJK is trying to find that angle. I heard a headshot go off onto that balcony. Seabass going to go down. Second headshot is going to go on to Star here. And this Uber has been very effective so far. Christopher was not even involved, actually. Did not make it in until very late. And with Seabass down, GG are significantly behind. They need to win this round or they are eliminated. Actually knocked into the lower brackets. Excuse my misspeak there. But this is very bad for them right now. They're down 3-0. They're losing time here. They're behind on Uber. They need to make something happen.
Yeah, Syndicate's also really making a statement. They're the new dogs in town.
Yeah, Syndicate looking very solid. They are the reigning champions. They want to come in looking good here. Stabby is going to pop that detonator off. He's going to collect up some ammo. Nobody has a clue where he is right now. He's going to go for this sniper. Realizes that Cruz is running the Darwin's Danger Shield. Can't find the play. Is going to get lit aflame and moves around trying to rotate here. Going to pop the detonator again with that ammo. And Stabby's still in position to make a play. Valen and Stabby here ready for some coordination. I'm just going to stick it on the Stabby cam and see what happens. Going to set that dispenser and then move out. GG starting to move towards the point, looking for the retake. We will stick it on JJK's cam here because he has a nice angle on the point, but no, that Uber is going to be popped off. He spots out the spy, the scout, but he can't find anything. GG will retake this, and they will start ticking us down. They are actually slightly ahead in time now, and significantly ahead on Uber.
Yep. This is the round for them to make a comeback, and Christopher goes down, so GG should get really aggressive here, especially with Uber.
Valen was trying to get very aggressive, but Star stood him up in that 1v1 and meat shot him a few times there. take him down. That Uber's going to be popped off. Fathom's going to give his life for the Horde right now. Going to air blast that heavy away. Isn't even going to die until very late there. And then there comes JJK, walks in, takes down Jab. Moving out of this soldier right now is going to surf it away. Looks back towards the point. There goes Stabby. Stabby with Mela's big bomb in. Onto the medic. Is not going to get it. Stabby moving to the point. Takes down that demo man with a revolver shot. The Ambassador showing its merit there, and he will capture the point. So with about a 40-second advantage for the Syndicate right now, they have a 60% Uber advantage. What the hell do you do if you're Gangsta Gang?
I don't know at this point. Maybe bring out the Crits Creek because they're not playing the map right now. They had Uber advantage there and they weren't pressing it. They were hiding behind a corner. And Syndicate just walked up into the point and pressured the point, and that drew Gangsta Gang out. Really, the Uber didn't end up doing enough for Gangsta Gang.
And Raz actually was trying to make a play there, but got spotted out by the Pyro. Fathom doing his job, spy checking aggressively. They managed to see him. We'll see if Stabby is quite so unlucky. He's going to go for the big play on the UNF here, but no. Fracture cleans him up. And Uber is popped off in the end. Meanwhile, Valen is plus forwarding Seabass. Somebody needs to help him, but nobody does. Valen gets a free kill onto the medic. There's now only a minute left for the Syndicate. A minute 12 for Gangsta Gang. They have no medic, no heals. They are down in numbers. It is looking sketchy as hell. Cruz is going to take some headshots there and try and equalize it, but JJK gets him in the end.
Yeah, at this point, it's just stat padding for the Syndicate right now, who can get the most kills, because I don't see GG coming back from this huge hole that they're in.
This is a much bigger role than we expected. There were some very close rounds. GG made it competitive. It was certainly not a bad match. Oh, JJK getting that headshot on a Cruz as soon as he peeks out. And the Pyro, monochromatic bunny down. The Engineer as well, a triple kill for JJK. He is not done. He's looking for that medic. Gonna miss the first shot. He's gonna get a second chance. Down to 30 seconds left. GG did retake, but it's not gonna last for long. TS have huge point control. Those 3 headshots, huge by JJK. Pretty much took down every flank class for GG.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. Gotta get that stat padding done.
Got to make sure that your damage numbers are nice and toasty at the end of this. Got to make sure that things are looking good. Down to 13 seconds to go here. GG, you have to make some huge plays. We'll look to Raz right now, see if he can make any kind of big pick happen. He's not even in position, but the Uber's going to be popped off here. Christopher getting great spam off. Is going to stick on the UNF. Seabass got backstabbed by Stabby. Valen and Sacred Kryptonite going to walk in and stick on 2 more, and that will be the GG, in fact. In a very quick amount of time, a 4-0 goes in favor of the Syndicate over Gangsta Gang Gaming. And
very convincing last round.
They started off a little slower. Gangsta Gang kept it pretty even. Some very close times. I think at least one round went into overtime, but it just did not matter. I wanted to show you a little bit of the scoreboard, but everybody's already piecing out of here. Nobody wants to stick around.
Yeah, usually, pretty often, you know, losers don't really want to remember the match. And the winners have nothing else left to do there, so everyone's just gone.
Yep. So that is not the end for Gangsta Gang. If you're a fan of Star, Mela, any of those Seabass, any of those players, they will be back. I believe it's this Thursday is the start of the lower round final, or lower round brackets.
Yes, the lower bracket matches.
I'm going to inhale. We do have actually interview people in here. We have Hildreth, Stabby, and Valen ready to talk about this match a little bit. So hello to you guys. What's up?
Hey.
How do you feel?
How do you guys feel after that convincing win over, I guess, what would be your nemesis in the recent weeks?
I think it was
I love GG.
I think it was a real lucky win. We kind of fluked that one.
It was
There's
fun.
grace in victory, right?
There's never grace with victory with me, Firefly. You don't know me that well. Come on.
Well, at least you're being honest.
So before we get this interview started really aggressively here, I'm just going to say, if you guys in chat have any questions you want to ask to Stabby, the spy for Syndicate, Hildreth, the medic, or Valen, the scout, feel free to fire them off. But we'll just take it away with some, like, do you have anything you want to ask right now, Firefly?
Nope, I asked my question. It's your turn.
Fuck.
Think of it right now, I'm putting you on the spot.
So, you started off on Crits Krieg and then switched to Ubercharge, Hildreth. You didn't seem to go back to crits too much. Did you guys have like a particular plan in mind for what you were going to balance?
Well, we just like to use crits because every time we scrim and we use Uber, everyone sort of gets a bit defensive. So if we use crits, we just push up and Kriz Tarfar kills everybody with crits. So that was generally the plan. And then in the last round, I just went to normal Uber because they were expecting it. and he didn't kill me once, so I guess it worked.
Yeah, you played very well that game. You stayed alive pretty much every time you needed to. You're making this interview just awful, Hildreth. I'm looking through the chat for questions. Normally our chat is not, I'm just going to be blunt, they're not so great for getting with questions.
They're all for Stabby, so I feel bad.
guess I'll shoot one off. What was your plan against Cruz? Because it seemed like he was the one kind of lifting the team along with Mela. Did you guys like make any changes for that?
Sorry,
After first round?
what class was he? I don't know names.
He was
very
a
well.
sniper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My job going in was to focus sniper. We kind of anticipated him being the problem, but he did a really good job of his positioning. So I ended up having to do other things. He wasn't wearing Razorback, so I figured it would be pretty easy to do. But his positioning was really good. Had to change the game plan a little bit.
I had my own plan for doing the sniper. I don't know if you noticed, but in the beginning of every round, I rolled out with Bonk and
Yeah,
top
I did
right.
actually notice that. And
Yeah.
in the first round, you got picked off kind of by a sentry gun that probably you weren't expecting, so that kind of held your aggression back. But in later rounds, it seemed to work better.
Yeah, I just like it at the start because I can scout if there are snipers at staircase or cliff, which I can then communicate to my sniper and tell him where he is.
Yeah, actually, you got kind of a lift too. There were some kind of rocket explosions that kind of lifted you even farther, and you were able to kind of just like stay in the air all across mid. I'm not sure everyone saw you.
There's a couple of chat questions coming in for Stabby. We'll get to those. Don't worry. Your Stabby-related questions will be asked and hopefully answered. But in the meantime, Retman55 wants to know, Hildreth, how do you handle the fear of suicide players? We saw Mela jumping on top of your British face a few times during that. We saw some other aggression coming out. So what's your game plan?
I just heal Arthur and he kills them all. It doesn't really matter if they kill me anyway, because Seabass is pretty bad at medic, so he's just going to die anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Getting the post-game shit talk in, always classy from Hildreth here.
I'm just kidding. It was they're actually a really good team, UGC. I thought there would be a lot. I can't do it. I can't compliment people.
I've known you long enough to understand.
Here, let me
They did beat
Hildreth.
us pretty badly on
all
round hits,
the
so-
rounds were really close. It's going to look bad on the scoreboard being 4-0, but those were close rounds, so they did a good job.
Yeah, the first.
They deserve props.
The first two rounds were really close. I think after that, it kind of tilted quite in your favor, but that's just my opinion
That's
of the match.
morale for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to delay the stabby questions even further to make sure that our viewer count stays high throughout this. But we have one for Valen from J_Atch. Do you prefer Scout or Soldier in Highlander?
I don't know. It's a toss-up. I just really play whatever the team wants me to play or wherever there's a spot to be open.
Yeah, you just kind of play whatever. You've played NG, Scout, Soldier. I'm sure you would be willing to play more if you were asked to do so. You just kind of roll with whatever the punches are.
Yep,
we'll
pretty much.
get to the stabby questions now, at least one of them. We'll start off with Super Knight 98. Stabby, how hard do you rage when you get repeated fail stabs? I watched one that just made me sad onto, I don't remember who it was, but it made me like a little bit of a tear roll down my right cheek, I'm not gonna lie.
So it depends how much sleep I've gotten. Like when I'm well rested, it's like, okay, I have 100 bang, I should be used to this. When I'm not rested, it gets a little old, and I start to anyone who watches the stream knows when I'm sleep deprived, these things can make me start grumbling and be very bitchy and annoying. So
yeah. One more question for you from Rogue201. Stabby, why did you use the Dead Ringer but Raz used stock loadout?
well, I started with the IW, and I found that Bunny was doing a good job of just spraying my routes. So I switched to DR, and it just started working, and I stuck with it. Like in our scrim against MTS, I actually ran IW the whole time because that was what was working. And this time, I just found my success was with the DR, and so I stuck with it till it stopped working, and I guess it didn't. So yeah,
Seemed to be a good change because you did pretty well.
Thank you.
You had a ton of points. You had a very good game. This is the final question I have currently at the moment. Maybe some more will come in as I'm saying this. But we have from General Cookie. I'm going to pose this to Hildreth just to make him feel pain as he has to compliment someone on Gangsta Gang Gaming. Who was the best player in GG?
The sniper was doing big work, and Mela was constantly a threat. He didn't actually. I think he got me once. He didn't actually kill me, but he was such a distraction. I think A sniper was the best player.
Yeah, Cruz had a very good game, which is surprising since he came in as a last-minute substitute.
Actually, I don't think so. I think he's been playing for
Has
them
he?
for a while. Yeah, I thought it was Moonchild. Seabass said Moonchild
It's
died,
okay,
of
we've
course.
got JJK.
Yeah, JJK went nuts, by the way. I didn't watch his camera so much because I'm bad at doing camera work, but man, he got a lot of kills. But looks like chat doesn't have too much more to ask. I personally am wasted drunk on vodka, so I just want to go to bed.
Wow, you sound quite sober. That's impressive.
I have been... It's been a hard little 30-minute journey here, Stabby. But thank you three for coming in to give us an interview. We really appreciate it. We're glad you guys could spice up this cast a little bit. Thank you to Firefly for filling in on very late notice.
Good to see you, Firefly.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's been fantastic. You were very good tonight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for casting, guys.
Yeah, it was awesome.
No problem.
And thank
Can
you
I
guys for all watching.
Can I do a shout out to Trev?
You can, Hildreth.
Shout out to Trev.
Yeah, and
Shout out to Twitch TV/Stabby.
Yes, Stabby Stabby. Do you have anything you want to say?
Plug-in.
Oh wait, what's Chris's? We should plug his. It's Chris_Ta with an H and Fa with an H.
Yeah,
He's our
and-
demo, and I've been telling him I give him a shout out forever. So there you go, Chris.
Anything you want to say before we sign off here, Valen?
Are we gonna cast on Thursday together?
Hopefully I won't be wasted drunk, but it's a very possible thing. You might see me and Valen casting some lower bracket final or match on Thursday. I'll give you details about that once we find out about them. But thank you again to Firefly. Thank you to the Syndicate. Thank you to Hildreth, Stabby, and Valen. Thank you to all. I think we had like 400, 500 people watching. Thanks to you guys. We're out of here. Good night.
Good night.
Peace.